My name is Manjula. I am prepared for today's meeting. Before starting our meeting, we follow three ground rules which we follow in our Toastmaster club. First one, turn off your mobile or put them in the silent mode. Second one, as a Toastmaster, we should not talk about religion, sex, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. And third one, we should not cross talk. As everyone in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmaster Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide positive learning experience in which members can empower, develop their communication and leadership skills. So with that weight, I welcome you all for today's Toastmaster meeting. So I'm handing podium to the presiding officer, Yaska. He's completed engineering and manager at work. Since 3 years he's in Toastmaster Club. So please put your hand to welcome presiding officer, Mr. Yaska.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Angela. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. I can only see few faces. I am hoping that lot of faces are there behind the camera because I can only see Arjit. Yes. So, welcome all. I just want to start today with a quote that is, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The quote from Martin Luther King Jr., which I thought I will just share today, because from this week onwards, there's something that's starting in India, that is elections. I know today Manjula stated as an essay statement that we should not talk about politics, but I feel this is something that we should talk about and we should act on it. I have, because be it whichever part, I'm not going to state which party is better, which party is not better, whatever, we're not getting to that. But it's our important right to exercise our right to vote. So as a citizens of India, it's important to figure out how can we go and cast our vote in whichever constituency you are part of, whichever elections that you will be in the particular constituency. That's a sincere request from my side. So as part of every week, I thought I'll bring some matters of that importance into our meeting. This is the matter of importance that is for this week. I hope in Bangalore, who are there, 26th next Saturday, not next Saturday, the other Saturday, 26th is the elections, Friday. So please do figure out where is the constituency, etc. And please do go and vote. So you have 2 weeks time to think whom to vote. So figure out and then please cast your vote. With that, I'll be, let me start the meeting number. Let me check the meeting number. Keep forgetting the same.
218.
218. So let me start the meeting number 218 with my virtual gavel at my hand. Thank you. Please hit the gavel or say yes. Great. I would like to first acknowledge the presence of our area director of area D4 district 92, Toastmaster Vinay Nagbhushan Rao in our meeting. Toastmaster Vinay, welcome to our club.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yaska, and thank you everyone for this invitation.
We miss you, the physical presence, but we'll
Yes.
your virtual presence from your side. Now, I would like to check any guests are there in a room and like to introduce. I see some online guests. Pawan, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, yes, sure. Hi guys, this is Pawan, and currently I'm in Jaipur, but I'm planning to move in Bangalore in coming 3 or 4 months. So that's why I'm trying to join some club from the Jaipur, from the Bangalore as well. So I can directly come and keep continue this journey actually.
So
So
you're a
I'm
Toastmaster?
by profession I'm an engineer. Sorry.
Are you already a Toastmaster? Are you a
No,
Toastmaster?
no, 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 no.
Okay.
No. First I joined the Toastmaster. So
Okay.
this is my first meeting.
Great to be.
Yeah.
We have guests all the way from
Yeah.
Jaipur with us, Rajasthan. Great.
Yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity and be with you guys. Thank you.
Please do come. Whenever you shift to Bangalore, it's a small welcome from all our side. Directly you can join our clubs.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
have family. Yes, Arijit, Anjula, if you can help the guests who are there in the meeting to just introduce themselves, it will be great.
Good morning, all. I'm Dilip Sakla,
and I'm also from Rajasthan, Jodhpur, but staying in Bangalore for last 5 years. And this is my first ever Toastmaster meeting. Happy to see you all, and definitely I'm here to learn from you.
Awesome. See, we have two people from Jaipur already with us directly.
Thank you very much.
There's no sir here, Vinayak.
Yes, anyone else in the meeting room?
We have a young guest.
We have a small guest.
Yeah, hi.
What's your name?
Very good. Which standard are you studying in?
First,
Which school?
second standard,
Okay. Which school?
Kochi.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Great. Okay. With that, let me, I hope there are no other guests. Manjula, can you confirm? Can you
Yes.
proceed? Okay, great. With that, let's kickstart our meeting today. Today's Toastmaster of the day is a very dynamic person, and I've seen him grow multifold in our club and take so much responsibilities and ensure that the club grows to higher extents. And he is none other than our Toastmaster Trilok. Toastmaster Trilok, please take the meeting forward. The stage is yours.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So if I strike this pose, what does that remind you of? Ambedkar. Yeah, Ambedkar. Okay. So, you would give two wrong answers, and I'll give the right answer. But now that that's out, yes, that's Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Today is 14th April. It's 134th birth anniversary. And among many things that he has done, there's one thing that he is popularly known for, being the chief architect of the Constitution of India. Now, this may sound a little bit about like refresher course in the civics classes that you took in the school, but let me do it anyway. The Constitution of India is a document that creates the framework for defining laws in the country, interpreting the laws in the country. It also talks about how this country should be governed. It also talks about what are the rights and responsibilities of the government, what are the rights and responsibilities of the citizens like us. So when we got the independence, things were not great. People had gone through a lot, they had seen a lot. And this was not just because we were under the control of a colonial government, but also because there were societal problems, there was inequality, there was poverty. So the people who were responsible for defining this framework for the country, which was going to hold good not only for that amount of time, but also for maybe decades and centuries to come, they took this initiative to collect every great point that existed in the constitutions around the world to come up with something which was going to survive for say hundreds of years, and that it takes into account the problems that we are seeing today and anticipate the problems that we're going to maybe they were going to see years in the line. So as a result, they took these points and that resulted in a constitution, which is a really fat document today. And till date, it is the largest constitution that exists in the world. And it is quite evident that it is the largest constitution when you look even at the first page of the constitution, which is called the preamble, the guiding principles behind what the constitution lies on. And I'll take this opportunity to repeat the first part of the first line of the first page of the Constitution. We, the people of India, solemnly resolve to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. There's a lot of ambition, right? For somebody who's creating this constitution for a newly independent country. And this was very important. Sovereign, because we wanted autonomy. We wanted us to control ourselves. Socialist, in this context, reducing the gap of inequality, both societal or economical. Secular, having the freedom to practice the religion that we want, everybody wants. Democratic, which is, I think, one of the most important aspects of this preamble. What is democracy? Democracy. Anybody would like to share your thoughts?
For the people, by the people.
Yeah. What is it?
Equal opportunities.
Equal opportunities? Right, all of that for the people. People is the most important part. And when we were taking this decision on democracy, we had a choice. What sort of democracy do we have? And I'll take an example. Let's say there are 15 people in this room, and out of these 15, 10 people like oranges, 5 people like mango. Should we make orange as the national fruit of India? Or should we make mango as the national fruit of India? If it were a direct democracy, probably orange would have been the national fruit of India, but it is not. So the way we worked through this was that we will choose our representatives. These representatives will abide by the framework that is defined in the Constitution, and that those people will take a decision. And the decision, as it stands today, is we do not have a national fruit. And I think that is the best part about this Constitution that we have. Anyway, so now moving forward, let's proceed with the. We have seats over there.
You have seats over there. You can.
Thank you. Is there anybody else? Okay, so let's proceed with the format of the Toastmasters meeting that we have. So we have 3 parts to any Toastmasters meeting. The first part are the prepared speeches, where people who have prepared speeches in tandem with their respective pathways come and deliver speeches. The second part is table topics, where we are given topics and we are asked to think on our feet and speak. And the third is evaluations, where we share the feedback both with respect to the speeches and everything that happens in the meeting. Right. So in order to understand more about evaluations, let me invite the general evaluator for the meeting today. This person is known for his astute speech evaluations, for his melodious voice, and the love of street food of Bombay. Please welcome Toastmaster Vinayak as the conductor.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Today has been a very, from the start, from the president's address to the theme of the day, it has been a very aware session, right? Even otherwise we have a lot of discussions, but this has been a differently aware session. So there's a nice flavor to it. Another nice flavor to the day is the number of festivals we are celebrating today, right? We have, in my own house, we are celebrating Vishu, and I am a Tamilian, so I am celebrating Tamil New Year. So best wishes to everybody, whoever is celebrating whatever, right? That is people.
There are 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, there are 4 or 5. This
Thanks,
week we had Ugadi and all the. So best wishes to everybody whoever is celebrating the Indian New Year, the New Year, and let's move on. And so yes, feedback, general evaluator. They say, the cliche about feedback is that it is the breakfast of champions. Why are we here? Is a fundamental question that we need to ask ourselves every day. Why are we here? Why is there an election going on? Isn't there a feedback on the people that are going to be there? It's a sort of feedback, right? So you give your feedback about the people who are supposed to be helping us live our day-to-day lives. Similarly, let's not go into that analogy, but at least in this year, feedback helps us grow. Right? If we were going to do our own thing without anybody saying anything, we would be happy doing whatever comes to our fancy. But feedback helps us think and evaluate. It is not necessary that you take every part of the feedback, it may not resonate with you, but at least somebody is saying it helps you think that, okay, maybe there is some merit, you can evaluate it and you can yourself evaluate it and then decide where to go forward. So in that role, I would be evaluating the meeting as a whole from the time I stepped into the room till the time I leave. At least I come to the podium, I'll be evaluating it. And for that, I would also be, it's not possible for me to do it alone. So I have a tag team with me, a tag team. Timer, I would request Toastmaster Jagan to introduce his role.
Thank you, Nan. Hello, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests gathered over here. Good morning. I'll be acting as a timer for today's meeting. Let me begin with a question, like, how many of you have, let's say, spent your, like, you have a routine, on weekends so that, like, you make it productive? Like, do you have, like, anything of such kind? Nobody? Okay, I would request everyone to have at least, I at least expected some answers. Okay, maybe I would suggest this, like, maybe take a sport or an instrument or reading a book. You can spend at least 20 to 30 minutes a day, like, which will make you feel engaged and as well as make yourself happy. So getting into the role, I'll be noting down the time taken by the speaker, evaluator, and the like table topic speakers. So I have to indicate that I have 3 cards. Green card is to denote, like, if you have reached the minimum time, and yellow is to denote, like, you have reached intermediate of minimum and maximum time allotted, and red is for, like, warning, like, you have reached the allotted time. So today for prepared speech, the time allotted is 5 minutes. 5 minutes I'll be showing green card, and at the 6th minute I'll be showing yellow card, and at the 7th minute I'll be showing red card. Coming to the table topics, you have 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes I'll be showing green card, and 2.5 I'll be showing yellow, and similarly at 3 I will be showing red. For evaluator, similar process for table topics timing. So thank you. I will provide the report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Just a correction, if I missed it, I'm sorry, Vinayak. Table topics is still 1 to 2 minutes. Evaluation alone is 2 to 3 minutes. I hope that's how it was mentioned.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So I have been derelict in my duty. I have not introduced our young, charming, tall, dark, handsome timer. He's an engineer from TCS, and I believe he's a Vijay fan, if I'm not mistaken. Right? No,
Ajit.
Okay.
Hey, you're saying it wrong.
That was my way of finding out which school fan he is. So thank you, and even by your description, we could find out that you're an engineer, saying minimum, maximum, and middle of intermediate of minimum and maximum, and that was nicely done. The next alphabet in the tag team is A for R counter, and that is being handled by our Bhishma Pitamaha of
I'm not.
of Foodie Toastmasters, the champion of Foodie Toastmasters. Some say the heart of Foodie Toastmasters. I think this much introduction is enough to say that it is Toastmaster Orioji.
Thank you. My favorite character from Marvel is Karna. Okay, thank you, General Evaluator Vinayak. My role as the accounter for today's meeting is to take a count of or make record of all the inappropriate pauses, ums, and filler words, or also interjections like and, really will be done by me. I will come out again when the general evaluator will call me back.
The G in tag team stands for the grammarian. That's Toastmaster Chetana. Toastmaster Chetana gave me a lovely introduction, double introduction last week, but I'll give you only a single one. She's recently joined our club, and she has actually wowed all of us in the initial 2-3 meetings. She has already given her first speech. She has taken up multiple roles, and that is kudos to her spirit for doing that.
Toastmaster Vinayak. Hello to all Toastmasters and esteemed guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speeches, listening carefully to their language usage, and take note of any misuses of the language, as well as noting down the outstanding words, thoughts, or sayings. It is also my job to introduce the word of the day today, which is voracious, which means having a very eager approach to an activity or enthusiastic. The usage is the voracious readers devoured several books over the weekend, unable to put them down. Each speaker is encouraged to use word of the day in their speeches. I will give the report at the end of the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And back to the TMOD.
Okay, without further ado, let's get started on the first segment of our meeting. And today we are fortunate that two guests who have come as evaluators for the meeting. And to get started, our first evaluator is somebody who has taken up several roles in our club, including keynote speaker, being a keynote speaker, being a trainer in the speech class program, cricket, conversations, and cars is something that makes him happy. Please welcome DTM Abhinav to lead out the speech objective for the first. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Trilok. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for having me as a speech evaluator. I'm here today to evaluate Toastmaster Shantakumar's speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. So that's the objective that I'm going to evaluate. The timing, as usual, is 5 to 7 minutes, and I'll come back later with an evaluation of the speech. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM. Our first speaker is a pillar to the Department of Education at Hobi Toastmasters. Newly formed, revolutionized Department of Education. He is an independent IT consultant. He also mentors various startups and youth to make them job ready. Please welcome Toastmaster Shantakumar for his speech. A Lonely Island. A Lonely Island Toastmaster Shantakumar. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Wish you all a happy new year. Thank you. Thank you so much. So today, we're going to talk about what are the different kinds of communication styles. What is my personal communication style? And in my journey, I've come across several people. What are their communication style, etc. So this is my project. I was not a very happy person in my childhood days. Internally, I was happy, but externally, I was projected, labeled as a shy person, as a bookworm, a voracious reader, right? An introvert. My parents were worried. How come this child is going to become big and become successful in this life? Is he able to meet different types of people? This thought also made me to feel bad about myself. Is it a weakness? Did I born with this particular weakness? How am I going to do? What am I going to do? And this continued over my school days, college days. I was not able to freely express my ideas, meet strangers. If I go to a party, if I go to a social network or whatsoever, I will just keep silent because of this inferiority complex in myself. Luckily, like an angel, one day I met a mentor, a very busy guy, a highly successful person. I met him just for 2 seconds, I would say. He quickly understood the background. He was known to me, so he understood what I was going through. And then he said, Shantakumar, shall I tell you a secret recipe for the success? I said, please, behave like a water. Be acceptable wherever you go. These were the 2 mantras he gave to me. Although I did not really understand the full crux of the matter as to what he was trying to say, I remembered, memorized that. So I have a secret procedure. Now, as I matured in my career and life, I started understanding there are different kinds of people. All people are not same. I am not same. And I cannot behave like what I am with different kinds of people. There are different personalities in this world. Before getting into the personalities, I'm sure some of you already might have known, this is an information age. Everybody knows what kind of personalities are available. However, I will take a movie. Who all have watched a movie called Cast Away, which was released in the year 2000? Okay, very few people. Quickly, let me give what is the crux of the story. It is about a busy operations executive working in an airlines cargo division in New York. Very, very, very busy executive. Running around here, there. Keeps traveling, keeps flying. In one such trip, his aircraft develops a technical snag and the aircraft falls in the middle of an ocean. Everybody, obviously there is a pilot, him and some cargo. So pilot died, all the cargo was washed away, and this guy gets washed away to a remote island where uninhabited island. Nobody's there. There's no proof there was human life at all out there. So this gentleman was there, right? So I stopped there. After 4 years, 48 months we are talking about, he is finally secured from that place and then he comes back to life after 4 years. Once I saw the movie, when I came back, I was wondering what kind of person could he be? I had some couple of personalities in mind. Would I have survived in that situation for 4 years? Is it possible? After a little bit of research, the answer that came to me was yes, you would have survived. Why? Because I tried to compare the personality of the hero's name is Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. I understood Tom Hanks was a personality of a workaholic, or in corporate jargon, we call it as a workhorse. Who's a workhorse? You could see one team member in your team, typically a workhorse. A workhorse is task-oriented, goal-oriented, result-focused. We don't know where that motivation energy comes. He runs, he completes, give him a task, he manages with resource constraints, he tries to collaborate, coordinate, call, take up that ownership, complete the job. During this time, if you go and interact with him, you can see that he's least bothered about building any kind of relationship with you, trying to understand what you're going through, least bothered. For him, task. If you have a meaningful contribution to the task, you are respected, you are given focus. Otherwise, you are not. So this is one kind of personality. So this person does everything. He's resilient. He's persevering towards result, right? So I felt maybe and his communication style, if you notice, direct to the point. He doesn't give you all the stories to the point. So I said, okay, I seem to be the direct kind of a person. Point blank, white or black, no gray shades. This is the way I think, this is the way I communicate. So I understood that. So to a person, when you meet a person of that character and you are like a water now and want to get accepted, him as your friend and you as his friend, what do we do? I also speak facts. When I meet him, unless he asks for details, I answer him what I want. I only go and meet him whenever it is needed. Now, after that, I researched who could have died in the situation, who could have survived in this remote island for a couple of months, who could have enjoyed this place like whatsoever and be retired from that place only, or maybe died. Right? Quickly, 3 personalities came to my mind, and I'm going to define those personalities and say what is their communication style. If you meet them in your workplace or at your home, your community, society, if you want to be the water to be accepted by them, to get that to secure that cooperation, collaboration, etc., this is the very good. So let me share with you. Point number 1. This is the guy with a sales mindset. That's the guy, in my opinion, he will die. So all the sales people here, do not worry. Why? A sales person is a highly energy and enthusiastic person on the outward. However, he wants acceptance. He wants somebody to listen to. He's very expressive. He's got a lot of ideas and opinions. He wants somebody to listen to that. In the remote island, there will be nobody. 1 day he'll wait, 2 days he'll wait, 3rd day, 4th day he'll get bored. So that's the kind of person. So when you meet him in your workplace, try to understand You be an active listener. Don't expect him to be a listener. You be a listener, right? First, listen to what he has to say. Give him an opportunity. He's your best friend, right? So there are remaining two. Number one, a person who's more. So he also is in his own imaginary world, right? So when he gets to the island, he starts imagining his beautiful girlfriend being there and his beautiful friend being there, and the coconut itself, what a shape, oh, I've never seen this sort of coconut. So he enjoys. And then, so he is not ambitious. He wouldn't have tried to come out of that place. So he would have lived there and retired there and died. Last but not the least is the guy of a logical mindset. The logical mindset is guy of facts and figures always, right? So when you meet him, right? So you talk to him about facts and figures, he's very happy. Don't expect him, give him some time. After you give a lot of information, his mind will be processing. So after some time, he concludes or something and then gives his opinion. So this is the communication style of this person. So, my dear Toastmasters and the fellow guests, try to be a water, understand the personality before you talk to them, understand what you are, what is your communication style, and then adapt yourself to different personalities and then become highly successful. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shanta Kumar, for sharing this journey and the knowledge with us. Now time for the second speech. For the second speech, we have an evaluator who is also a guest to our club. The last time she was here, I remember her role as a GE, and I was so inspired by the role because of the crisp, precise, detailed evaluation that she had done. In her alternate life outside of Toastmasters, she's an assistant director of communication at EY. She's a voracious reader. Somebody, thank you. Writer and loves traveling. Please welcome DTM Nayantara, Toastmaster Nayantara, for reading out the speech objectives of the second speech.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I'm the evaluator for Toastmaster Suresha, also a colleague. So he's attempting his L2P1, that is identifying his leadership style. So he has to identify leadership style, talk about some aspect of that leadership style, or about leadership style in general. He has 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to you.
All right. Our second speaker had been on a speech marathon last year. He took a break, but we are so glad that he's back and is going to continue on his marathon stint again. So he's a business transformation consultant at EY. I came to know about that today. And outside of that, he loves gardening. Please welcome Toastmaster Suresha for his speech.
Let me ask you a question. What is the tagline of the Toastmaster International?
Where leaders are made.
Thank you. Where leaders are made. That's the tagline of the Toastmaster International. How many of you believe in that tagline? Please raise your hand. Not half, not quarter. Please raise your hand. Excellent. We all believe in that statement. And that is the reason we are part of the Toastmaster community. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
So when I say where leaders are made, which means that leadership skills can be developed over a period of time. One of the important qualities of a great leader is to be a voracious communicator. To become a voracious communicator, communication style matters the most. And when I say communication style, which is nothing but the way a leader communicates in his personal and professional life. As many of you know, there are 4 communication styles. 1, direct communication style. Analytical communication style, supportive communication style, and 4th is initiating communication style. say to my kid, go to bed and sleep right now, what is this communication style? It's a direct communication style because the person is very much focused and result oriented. When I say to my wife, shall we go to Kapan Park tomorrow? Have a breakfast in the Vidyarthi Bhavan Baswantpuri. What communication style is that? It's an initiating communication style. The person is ferocious and very innovative, approachable. When I say to my team, we have an RFP, request for proposal or quotation to share. Get into the details. How many hours we need to spend, what technology we need, etc. What is this communication style? Analytical. When I ask my wife, honey, you look so tired, stressed. Do you need support on your presentation? What communication style is that? Supportive. The person is dependable. I really want to understand what is my communication style is all about. Do you know Toastmasters what I did? I went to Toastmasters International website and took an assessment. Last week, Saturday at 1 in the morning. I got the result. So what communication style I possess? Any guess?
Direct.
Analytic.
Thank you. It's direct communication style. Let me give an example of where it worked and where it doesn't. As PM Modi said, I work as a business transformation consultant. For us, everything is number. We will have a target to achieve every month, every quarter, every year. So when I have a meeting with my team, I will always ask, what is the number we have achieved for this month? What projects we have completed? When my team feels that I'm arrogant, I'm more aggressive. And I also felt that. But this is where I maybe started adapting my communication style. I started blending direct with analytical. So when I want to have this conversation, I started asking them, okay, how are we progressing on the target? How things are happening? So in that way, I can still able to reach up my objective of what is that the team has achieved for that given month or given quarter. So as a leader, it is important to be aware of what are the different communication styles that exist and how do we blend them. Yesterday, tested. I was asking my kid, have you done the homework? Do you need any support in completing that homework? So in fact, I tried blending my direct communication style with supportive communication style. And the blended version, we can always call it as dynamic communication style. So as the leaders, we need to be aware of the communication styles, what is exist, and then how we can blend the communication styles based on the situation, based on the need. So you cannot have a standard style, a single style followed on all occasions. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes we can blend the different communication styles and still we can get the result. Communication style acts as the bridge between confusion to clarity. It works for those who works on it. And that is the reason Toastmasters International believe in the statement where leaders are made, which means it is not all the leaders are not born with inborn quality, right? Only the physical appearance is maybe the inborn, but rest all, particularly the communication skills can be developed. That is the reason Toastmasters believe, and we all believe in that statement. Do you still have one single communication style? If so, what it is?
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresha, for the refresher course on communication and how we build and do that. Remember the part where I was talking about the constitution being ambitious? It doesn't end there. It's a lot more ambitious. And let me go through that. So it promises that we would deliver the following to the citizens of the country. First, justice, which means that the constitution and the country would be fair in terms of economical, social, and political aspects. It will provide us liberty, freedom to speak, freedom to express, freedom to think. Equality, where you would be given, or at least it will be promised that we would be given equal opportunities, equal status. And I think fourth is the most important, which is the fraternity, which is that dignity of an individual is of surmount importance. Also is the unity and integrity of the nation. Well, this covers a lot of ground and a lot of ambition and a lot of ambiguity. There's so much of space to have this ambiguity because the interpretation of these things is subject to an individual and the government, of course. What happens when my liberty, my idea of liberty conflicts with yours? To what extent can the government interfere with my freedom, which is fraternity, in the name of national integrity? What happens if justice is there? Why do we need equality? And a lot more questions are going to be discussed in the next section that we have, the Table Topics Master. And for Table Topics Master today, we have a person who likes sports, who plays sports, and he likes it even more if Indian team is playing that sport. For his debut role at Hoodie Toastmasters Club, please welcome Toastmaster Sudhir.
Thanks, Peter. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Coming to today's speak, we the people of India. As a sports lover, I feel proud in India won medals in the international events like Olympics and Asian Games. I wish to see India on top of the medal list in future. Coming back to my role as a table topic master, today I'll give random topics to speak. Please, topics to duration to talk is 1 to 2 minutes. Please try to talk at least for a minute. Okay. And some of topics are related to today's theme and some are generic ones. And Vaibhavi is okay. Okay, Vaibhavi is the table topic master evaluator. Okay, I'll hand over to you.
Good morning, dear Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Vaibhavi, the table topic evaluator for today's meeting. My role is to evaluate the table topic speaker, which is analogous to that of prepared speaker. The time allotted for me is 2 to 3 minutes, and I wish all the table topic speakers a very all the best. Happy Toastmastering, and I encourage all the guests to take part. Back to you, table topic master.
And in 1 to 2 minutes, just who are attending from last 3 weeks only, new people. So raise their hand so that I'll focus. I'll give a chance to speak. Go. The new topic is what makes you pride that you born in India?
Hello, everyone. So what makes me pride is the culture, and it is a blend of all religion what we are in, and also the constitution and the democracy what we get when compared to others countries. The freedom what we have in other countries is far better, and also the food, the various styles what we follow here, and the traditions what we go through here, and festivals what we celebrate in India, and the rituals what we follow here.
So all this makes me pride. Recently, my brother, he came from US and he was telling that our country is so much better. I don't want to settle in that country. Because the privacy what we get in our country is, believe me, people think that we go to other countries, maybe we can have the lavish lifestyle. Okay, maybe your salary will be more or something. But in India, you get all kind of comfortables and I mean the medical what we are talking about in our country, right? It is far better. I don't know why people are going to different country for they study here and they do service there. I'm not understanding that. But the medical facilities and the scientists who are born in India, all these things and the innovation what we make in our country and the leaders who are in this country. And I feel I'm secure in this country and this makes me so proud to be born in India. And thank you.
Maybe the guest.
If you can ask them their names also.
Names, okay. Topic is you are asked to enact a comedian role. Then which comedy character you choose and why?
Okay, good morning all. This is my very first meeting with you and even in last 30 minutes I'm feeling I'm at right place. So where I want to be. The topic, it's a very easy topic for me. It's a Mr. Bean. Why it is Mr. Bean? I don't need to speak anything. Mr. Bean don't speak anything. So we all know Mr. Bean, Sir, Rowan, and Ankit. And one more thing I want to add, his wife is Indian.
Oh.
And he have been to India multiple times and just to echo the previous topic, he also like India very much. Other thing, like about Mr. Bean, there are very few episodes. If we remember correctly, it's less than I think 50 or not 15 episodes. But still, whenever we are seeing episode, we never feel like okay, we are just repeating the same episodes. And he is the kind of person, he created his own animated version also. There are only very few real world characters. They have their equal animated version, but Mr. Bean able to achieve one. Hope I have reached around 50 seconds or 60.
You want to try? Yes, guest is around.
What's for guests? Feel free. What's for guests?
Your name? Gagan. Thoughts on how India will be after 30 years?
Thoughts.
Okay, after 30 years.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gagana. So this is my first Toastmaster Club. I've been previously to Bangalore Toastmaster Club since it's very far from my place. So I just came here for a visit. Yeah, once again.
Thoughts on how India will be after 30 years?
So yeah, we are completely dependent on technologies nowadays, and the hospitality itself, we are into the technologies and yeah. So we are like we don't follow Ayurvedic now. Like most of them don't follow Ayurvedic, more into modern things. So yeah, we get into English medicines very quickly for a quick result. So the Ayurvedic culture and structure is all we are left behind. So yeah, I think after 30 years, we are like going to become a more into robots and more into like and even for a medicines or even a food, we are going to take up pills. That is what I believe. Just comparing it to the next generation. And Gen Zs nowadays don't get to adapt the 90s culture which we had earlier. So Gen Zs are more into, the modern things and, they are not adapting to the rituals and cultures which we used to follow earlier, like our moms and dads, our grandparents. And that is the end to our culture. So the 20s and 22s is the end to our previous cultures. So, what I would like to say is, let's not adapt to the modern and depend on the modern things and new technologies. So let's follow our own routines, our own cultures, which was made by our ancestors. So let's follow that and take us, let's teach our kids the same culture and let them adapt to the modern times. Thank you.
Maybe from the teams, Ankit Jain. Is Ankit Jain there?
Yeah,
Okay. For your topic, what's your take on Never Judge a Book by its cover?
all right. So, good morning, Toastmasters. Such a nice topic. Never judge a book by its cover. So, a lot of times, if you compare it with a Bollywood movie, maybe, so sometimes we just look at the first image of Bollywood movie, maybe, and then we start giving our opinion that this is not my type or this is not my thing, and we start concluding that this movie is something that we won't like, maybe. But once we actually see the movie and we understand the different aspects of it, right? The entertainment aspect, the suspense aspect, the acting aspect, the writing aspect, the singing aspect, and then the listening aspect. So every aspect, when we understand, so we start realizing that there are a lot of good things in the movie that we like. We may not be liking the cover of the main image of the ad of the movie, but after looking at the movie, understanding different aspects, we actually understand that we can learn a lot of things from that movie. So that's my opinion on the fact that never judge a book by its cover. Same with the people. Sometimes we just see a person and we start judging him on the basis of how he looks. But once he opens his mouth and starts speaking, then the actual understanding happens that how he or she is in real life. Sometimes we need to take the overall aspect and decide accordingly. Thank you.
Thanks, Ankit. Okay, then last topic, maybe. Topic is if someone showing you too much caring for you, which is irritating to you, then how you handle those type of situations? Too much caring.
Okay, good morning, Lotus Masters and esteemed guests. Yeah, of course, caring is good, but too much caring sometimes become irritating. So yeah, I have encountered this multiple times. We see this in our parents. They are caring, but sometimes too much caring. Even after we grow up, that becomes
Even at this age, it's only parents, right?
Yeah. No, I'm coming to what you are alluding to. So yeah, then the way to handle this is to let them know or even show them the same care, same care, and so that they know that that care that they have been showing to us is not been welcome. So around same time, same thing I do to my kids. I show them care, but my kid has reached teenage, so I make sure that she does not have the same experience as I have. So I make sure that she gets to her own space, etc. So in a similar note, I think that in current world or current our current ecosystem, we should show care, but not much care to give them own space to make them independent. Thank you.
Saurabh. You are, yeah, please. Manjula. Yes. What is the greatest gift a parent can give to their child? Share your thoughts on why that is the greatest gift. What is the greatest gift a parent can give to their child? Why you feel that is why you feel that is the greatest gift to your child?
As a parent, we have to educate them. They have to grow independent. As you told, we have to care more because our parents also did the same thing when we were kids. But that time we feel like it's irritating. When you become parent, you will realize that how parents are thinking about their kids. So even same thing happened with me when I was kid. My dad was caring too much, but that time it was not. I was not compatible with that kind of situation. But when I had a daughter, so I came to know that why this much caring things is required for kids nowadays. So, but one thing I want to customize that with their generation and our generation. So give them some space and make them independently. They can grow and share their thoughts. And we should not force them to do this only. But if they are going in wrong way, at least you can educate them. But the same way we can advise also.
Yes, I pick up. Your name? Adit. If someone is too angry on you, what steps you take to calm down that other person?
Okay. So, good morning. My name is Adit. This is my first meeting here at Toastmasters. I've been to a few meetings at Toastmaster Internal, which is that's Toastmaster Internal, the one at Rotary Internal. So if someone gets very angry, first thing, I mean, generally I just ask them what is the issue. If it's something that's happened before, and generally you do this again based on the situation you see, where you look at their facial expressions, their body actions, whether when we have done something, at what point of time is it judging them? Is it something that is personal to them? If it's random, you just directly ask. Again, it depends. Personally, you will ask them, not in front of anybody. And sometimes I think if you know the person, you may figure out if they are short-tempered, or if they're not short-tempered, then it's something that could be something concerning. So that's generally what I do. I generally ask them the reason, and based on how they respond, then I also respond accordingly to understand. So that's how I react.
Aditya.
Adit.
With that, I'll end up the table topic.
Applause for the first time table topics master. Sudhir and before we move on to the last segment of the meeting, back to democracy. Democracy, unlike other forms of governance, is not very black and white. There's this fine balance between the powers that are given to the citizens and the powers that the citizens give to the representative electors. Too much power to the citizens, there's anarchy. Too much power to the government, there's autocracy. There's a fine balance that is to be maintained, and this balance is necessary. Along with this balance, what else is necessary is that we ask questions, we ask difficult questions, we challenge our representatives. We seek feedback, we provide feedback. And on that note, let's have the feedback given for this meeting.
I'm sorry for the disturbance. I want to know the names of the speaker in table topics. Can I know the first speaker's name who spoke about what makes you proud about being Indian?
Divya Lakshmi.
Yes. Second speaker who spoke about Mr. B.
We'll send you a message.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Trilok. And before I proceed to giving my feedback for the session, I would like to call upon the evaluator for the first speech, Toastmaster Abhinav. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhinav.
Thank you so much. Is there some way I could see Toastmaster Shantakumar? If you could maybe just come towards. Thank you so much. That's great. Okay. That's okay. You can be seated there. I just wanted to. Right. Toastmaster Shantakumar, as I begin my evaluation of your speech, were you aware that your evaluator is actually a sales guy? So I don't know how the rest of this evaluation is going to go, but I would tend to agree with you that I wouldn't have survived on a desert island on my own very well. Although at times, given the kind of stress that we are under, I feel that I'm away in a deserted island from all of this. I don't know if I would have survived there or not. That said, I really liked this metaphor / analogy that you brought to the table of analyzing someone's personality as how they would fare in a desert island somewhere far away, and then use that analysis to figure out what's the best way to communicate to them. Right? I know it's a little circuitous, a little complex as I say this out loud, but when I thought about this, it seems to hold very, very well. So kudos on bringing this roundabout way that actually turns out to be quite effective. Having said all of this about roundabout way of getting to something, I think the second thing that I really liked about the way you communicated today was your style of direct communication. Because as I see the way you went across your speech, the areas of the speech where you brought most energy to the table, where you were most in flow, was a part of the speech where you were talking about the traditional workhorse in any office. The way you called out someone who goes here, there, does what needs to be done to get the job done was probably the most apt, and you were your most expressive while you were going through that part of your speech, right? So kudos on a fantastic demonstration of how effective direct communication can be. That said, let me be a little direct in saying, calling out a couple of areas where you can take your communication to the next level, right? And it begins with the same flow of energy again, because while you were outstanding in that middle part of your speech, I noticed that the opening of your speech was quite here and there. You were a little, you began with good morning, happy new year. We know it, right? I feel you would have had us caught with a lot more energy if you would have started with a bang. What I would recommend to you in particular is to bring that story about Castaway up front, because that's the crux of your entire speech. So if you would have opened up with, imagine yourself stranded on a desert island for 4 years with nobody around you, would you survive? And what does that tell about you? That would have caught the audience attention immediately, and we would have then been flocking towards that beautiful flow that you then take us through, right? So please consider this the next time. The second thing that I'll probably recommend to you is that, I would have liked you to have spent a little more time on how direct communication has helped you. You spent the last 2.5 minutes, by the way, I think you were over time, but you spent a good amount of time calling out other styles of communication, which was completely unnecessary. In fact, that's there in your notes. You would have rather spent more time on how it helped or affected you. That said, Toastmaster Shantakumar, I think you're a beautiful speaker with a great energy and great flow. Just follow these small tweaks and you'll be outstanding. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinav, for that spot-on evaluation. Toastmaster Shantakumar, I really loved your speech, and as someone who has evaluated your previous speeches, I could see the arc in the improvement journey. So kudos, keep it up. I really love the part about the tips that you gave on different personalities and how to deal with them. That would be something that is useful to all of us. That said, now over to the second evaluator, Toastmaster Nayantara.
Talk about direct, Toastmaster Suresha, you hammered the point home with your leadership style, and you hammered it in very lightly and firmly. I had never analyzed a Toastmasters tagline like this, And I loved how you explained your whole central message of your speech so well. So there were three main ways in which he was hammering the point home, which I really liked. The first one was a very light touch of humor, especially in those two little dialogues along with your wife. A husband-wife conversation always has a potential for humor and lightening up the topic, so that was very well done. The second one was, again, you did a little bit of voice modulation, which I noticed. Mostly you are very loud, very commanding, very direct. When you are demonstrating that blend of supportive and direct leadership, I noticed that with a child, you dropped your voice. With your wife, you did sound more supportive. So I think you did that very well. The third one was the stance, which I really liked. A lot of speakers tend to kind of be going backwards because of the lack of confidence and there's a lot of closed gesture. You are leaning forward all the time, and I never saw you close your, close yourself off from the audience. I think brilliant stance that you adopted here on stage. Now, if I can just analyze a bit and ask you to be a little more supportive in some of the things that you do. The first one is, many of us do this, it's unconscious. We say, how many of you, when we are asking a question. A better way to do it is, do you believe in this tagline? It's a very small difference, but when you just say, do you or have you, you are appealing to people one-to-one. When you say how many of you, it is a polling question. Sometimes it doesn't result in people responding. The second one is, again, an assumption that you made, as many of you know the 4 communication styles are. I honestly didn't know, right? And many people here may not know offhand. And I still don't know the 4th style, sorry, the leadership style. I'm forgetting it. So do not make assumptions, because this could make people feel a little left out. The third one is, while I admire your stance, I felt that your gestures were monotonous. You just had maybe 1 or 2 gestures, and it was pretty predictable. That can become a little disengaging for the audience. So find some places in your speech where you can introduce very deliberate gestures, so it breaks the monotony. For example, when you're talking about analytic leadership style, you could have some gesture. When you're talking about supportive, you can have some gesture. So just vary up your gestures a bit, find some deliberate points in your speech where you can do that. In summary, I think just that light touch of humor and the light touch of voice modulation, you did that really well. I love your commanding stance. We had no choice but to listen to you. I would recommend a couple of small tweaks in how you ask questions. That's a point for everybody, as well as not making assumptions on what people know. And lastly, try to look at ways to introduce deliberate gestures. It was a great refresher of the Toastmaster tagline. I loved how you connected the topic to the tagline. Well done, and continue your speech marathon, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nayatara. Sorry for fumbling on your name. As someone who watches Tamil cinema, I have no business doing it. That's a lovely speech, and I really like the way you had a new word, dynamic communication skill. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think it is great. It's a great place for advice to blend multiple styles and have your own style. Thank you. Moving on to the tag team now, I would like to invite Toastmaster Jagan. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Over to Toastmaster Vaibhavi for the table topics evaluation.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vinayak. A patriot's blood is a seed to the freedom's tree. Toastmaster Divya Lakshmi, what a great way of starting your speech, table topic speech, where the topic was, what makes you proud about being an Indian? You spoke about the constitution, the traditions, the festivals, the rituals, all of the points that we all Indians are proud of. You got a brownie point where you told us to refrain from brain drain, that is, stop going to the other countries where this country is flourishing leaps and bounds. Wow. You again looped back saying that you are very happy being in this country, and that tells us how authentic your speech was. That is, you meant what you said. However, only if you could sprinkle the benefits of maybe your friends, your cousins, or someone who have gone to the other country where you can come back and implement and make this country a better place to live. Just that I have as feedback for you, Toastmaster Divya Lakshmi. Otherwise, you're a fantastic speaker. Round of applause for you for that. A day without laughter is a day wasted. Toastmaster Dilip, you banged on with this quote where you started off in the first 10 seconds with a big punchline. I could see big smiles on everybody's face, and this is how you grabbed everybody's attention. Of course, Mr. Bean, a popular cartoon character, how can anybody not relate to you? Kudos to your presence of mind, where you instantly had a character more than a broader view that this cartoon or this comedian I have listened to. So all our focus went to that. You had cascading effect, that is, you used uh, a few points about the previous speaker without mentioning his or her name, which is a great sign of presence of mind. The only recommendation that I have is if you could have some takeaway from the comedy character, that is, yes, comedy does lighten your heart, but do you have anything to learn? Do you really look forward to blend comedy in your life to have a happier or a lighter life or a stress-free life? Only if you could do that, I'm sure your speech could have been a few steps ahead. To make the greatest India, the secret is in its organization. Toastmaster Gagana, your takeaway on future India, that is India after 30 years, was very thoughtful. You talked about the medicine, the excessive use of popping pills that people are doing, and the Gen Z who is lacking the adaptation skills. Wow, it's so true and so relevant for today's day. However, if you would have some good points, for example, the pace at which India is moving, no wonder if India becomes the best country, the best place to live, or that I can tell my grandchildren, nothing like it. If you would have some punchline like this, some strong points like this, then your speech would have gone a few notches ahead, is my strong feeling. Don't judge the book by its cover. How can we not congratulate Toastmaster Ankit Jain, a seasoned speaker who instantly related Bollywood movies with this quote? We all relate to Bollywood movies, don't we? The big titles it has, the screenplay, etc., etc. However, if you would have your own personal story, a little elaborate, then it would have made the speech a little more authentic or relatable. That's just my take, Toastmaster Ankit. Toastmaster Saurav, too much caring causing irritation itself is a self-contradicting or oxymoronic topic. You talked about the space that one reserves under the name of caring, and also you brought about how you deal with your kids or how your parents dealt with you. A very well take, Toastmaster Saurav. I really don't have anything as a recommendation point for you. Nobody on earth can love you more than your parents. That's so true, which was seconded by Toastmaster Manjula, where she talked about the greatest gift parents can give to their children. You also had cascading effect of previous speakers, which showed your presence of mind. Very well done. Only if you could speak for a little lengthier or you could have a better conclusion, then it would make your speech multifold, worth remembering. Last but not the least, Toastmaster Adit, too angry person, what steps do you take to calm them? You said that you personally confront the person, and if you get to know whether it is short temper issue or genuinely you've done some mistake to make that person angry. All those were practical. Only if you would sprinkle a little bit of humor throughout your speech, you would have been a great speaker. This is my take on all the speakers. Thank you for the opportunity. Back to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vinayak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaidhan. A lovely detailed explanation. This is the new evaluation. This is the new role that we have introduced in the last 2-3 weeks, I think. And I believe we need to still fine tune what is expected, how it is expected, and how we can do it further in the given time frame. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes is a bit less for a table topics evaluation. We need to, fine tune it. I'm sure we will make it better in the days to come. Over to the timer for his report. Pushpa Jagad.
Hello everyone. Today for prepared speeches, Shanta Kumar has exceeded his time limit, like he has taken 8 minutes, 10 seconds. And the other topic by Suresha, he has taken 7 minutes, 1 seconds to the time.
And coming to the evaluation part, TTM Abhinav has taken 3 minutes 15 seconds. And for Suresha's evaluator Nayanthara, she has taken 3 minutes 19 seconds. And for table topics, Divya Lakshmi has spoken for 1 minute 45 seconds. And Dilip, 1 minute 25 seconds. Gagana, 2 minutes 20 seconds. She has spoken the most on table topics. Ankit Jain, he has taken 1 minute 47 seconds. And Saurav, 1 minute 19 seconds. Manjula, 1 minute 15 seconds. And Adil, 1 minute 12 seconds. Like, since this is the first time we have introduced table topics evaluation, like Vaibhavi has taken 4 minutes 50 seconds. Thank you. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite Toastmaster Olio for his art report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Well, it was a lovely meeting, given the ers and ums, especially from the speakers, was quite less. So I appreciate the fact that they were well prepared and the usage of ers and ums were not there. However, for both the speakers, they have to work on their pauses. Shanta Kumar has to work on his short pauses, whereas Toastmaster Suresha has to work on his long pauses. That is one area you can consider. There was a repeater word by Suresha, which was particularly. Then I appreciate the fact that all the guests came and spoke effortlessly. And this being one of the first instances of you coming on a stage and being given a very random topic to think about, the use of ers and ums are there, but over a period of time that reduces. On that note, I would really like to credit Toastmaster Adat because he did not have any ers and ums when he was given a topic. For the evaluators, brilliant evaluations. There were no ers and ums, but one thing I really like about it, though we keep thinking that repeater words are something as a taboo when it comes to counting, I believe that if you use the repeater words like hammer, Nayanthara used it twice, roundabout was used by Abhinav twice, so that was very appropriately done. And another thing I really liked about today's speeches and people who came on the stage, the interjections like and, so, they were used appropriately. On that note, over to General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Olio, for the detailed report. Over to Toastmaster Chetna for the grammarian.
So much. Hi, everyone. So as a grammarian, this was a wholesome meeting with so many voracious speakers. Okay. So beginning with the speakers, both of you used the word voracious, which was word of the day. Apart from that, there were a lot of good words like jargons, resilience, perseverance, artistic, aggressive, blending. All of these good words were used, which is great. One thing that I learned from speakers today was workhorse. I was not aware of this term, so I take away that. One suggestion is that whenever we are ending the speech with a question like, what is it, is appropriate instead of saying what it is, because that is not the ending. You should say it as what is it. So that's a suggestion. I would encourage the table topic speakers to use the word of the day. Try to use, I know it is a little difficult, but try to use. Apart from that, on the evaluators, again, a good set of vocabulary that I got to learn, like they used words like flocking, outstanding, stranded, roundabouts, and then Toastmaster Nayanthara used a lot of good words like monotonous, deliberate gestures, commanding stance, refresher, predictable. So this was like a lot of learning for me as well. And the general evaluator also has used a lot of good words like fumbling, sprinkle humor, oxymoronic topic, brain drain, leaps and bounds, cascading effect, and seasoned speaker. So I think a good job done by our evaluator as well. I think it was Vaibhavi. And I think she was Toastmaster, table topic, table topic evaluator. With that, this was a great meeting as a comedian, and congratulations to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chetna, for the brilliant report. Now to my reading of, my evaluation of today's meeting. We started on time. And considering that we have introduced two new technical guests to the to our meeting, it is a achievement. We have been fumbling with it in the last meeting. We have been fumbling with it in this meeting. I'm sure next time we will get it on track. But even in spite of that, I saw that Toastmaster Oreo, Toastmaster Trilok, Toastmaster Manjula, they came much before time to help set it up. That was something that shows that they value the time of the people who are coming for the actual meeting, and that is something that needs to be appreciated. Kudos to them. Toastmaster Manjula started off with the essay address, and that was, as somebody who has been seeing her for the past 6 months at least, it has the improvement is fantastic. You are much more natural, and that is showing in your the confidence is showing in your speech. Please keep it up and continue the good work. The president had a very good message. It's, though they say religion, politics, and sex are taboo topics, if people like us, seasoned Toastmasters, cannot use it in an appropriate way, then who can, right? And that message was delivered in a very nice way. Kudos for that. The theme of the day, Toastmaster Trilok, with his superb, very timely theme, and the presentation was very crisp, and there were the dollops of humor here and there, which helped us consume the civics lesson much in a very palatable way. It didn't take us back to school. It was delivered in a very nice way. Thank you for bringing it up, Toastmasters. It is always good to have some serious topics also in our discussions. It is very important to do that also. Thank you. Toastmaster Shantakumar and Toastmaster Suresha, there were lovely speeches. You have already gone through the detailed evaluations. The table topic master, I love this theme. I love this mixing of the topics which had you took some which are pertaining to the theme, you took some from the other from a normal thing. I really like that part. The best part today about the table topics obviously was the fact that a majority of guests came here and spoke. That is the first step that you can take towards overcoming the fear of public speaking that we all have. And the more you come on the stage and speak, the faster you will overcome that fear. That said, there one piece of advice, one piece of feedback, and this is a general feedback. This is not about any one person or one thing. This is a general piece of advice that I noticed everywhere, and I noticed in this meeting as well. That whenever we are talking about some particular, say, fictional entity, the gender that comes automatically is masculine. Have you noticed that? Yes. We always say he. We are talking about something, it could be anybody, right? But we say he. I'm not here to comment on why and how and what you should do. It is just a reflection as to what do we think and how are we presenting it. And then obviously there are friends of mine who use she all the time. There are friends who use he or she all the time. Maybe that becomes too deliberate or too labored, but it's up to you to evaluate. But it's good to have a reflection as to, okay, is this how I'm speaking and why I'm speaking? Okay. On that note, I would hand it over back to the TMOD, Toastmaster Trilok.
What is special about voting? It is both a right and responsibility. So not only Toastmaster Ranjit Adi, okay, great. So Toastmaster DTM Yaska has already talked about the voting that is going to happen for the general elections in India. Request again everybody to go vote. here. If you're registered to vote somewhere else, please go over there. But right now, do vote for the meeting that we had today. The link has been shared on your WhatsApp groups. Please go ahead. And I hand over the podium back to DTM Yaska for the presiding officer. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Yaska.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me just wait for the votings to complete. In the meanwhile, I request even online audience, I'll just post the link here. Just give me a second. For online audience, I posted the link in the chat here. So please do vote. Wow. Great to hear such great speeches, such great evaluations. Thank you, DTM Abhinav, for taking up the evaluation. Thank you, Toastmasters Nayanthara, for coming up and gracing our for the evaluation.
So Yaska, there are few more guests, so if you want their
Yes,
introduction.
I'll come there. Yes, we have, okay, Manish, okay. Can we ask the guests to please share feedback in the meanwhile? Arijit, I hope you are writing down the results, right?
Yeah. Please.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Siddharth. I'm coming from Madhepura. It was a great session. I think I really loved both the prepared speeches and table topic sessions as well. It was organized in a very nice way, and you also have people joining from web. So it was really nice. So I really enjoyed the time here, and I'm looking forward to having more sessions.
Okay, anyone else? Starting on. Hello.
So my name is Arthur again, and I also like today's session, particularly because of the table topic, the review also that each speaker got. In the previous one had gone to something they incorporated it individually. So that was quite refreshing and new. And I think the fact that there's water again. Pretty good. I remember last few sessions, I was every time gasping for water. Then, so this is very thoughtful. Thank you.
Awesome. Anyone else? Arijit on the floor?
Gagana.
Thank you, everyone. I really loved the session and how well it was organized. And yes, and how well each one of you motivated and encouraged each other. That is what I loved. And yes, looking forward to more sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Okay. Arijit, are you writing down this thing? Can you?
I'll take 2 more minutes. There are few more guests over here.
Yes, sir. Last time.
Okay. Dilip, would you like to share your tour after?
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much. It was really wonderful session. The thing I like here is the format that we are conducting. And the format that is exactly in the theme of that. The Hirok is saying it's a democratic, it's giving equal opportunity to everyone. And at last we had voting also. So everything I am feeling is well in time. And the one thing is like before joining this session, I was just expecting there will be just a few speakers. They will be speaking. They will be just speaking on a stage or just giving us some advice and some knowledge how to speak. But it was quite interactive. That's I really like most, and I will be definitely you will be seeing me every Sunday here. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else, Arijit?
We are done.
Okay. DTM Abhinav, would you like to share a few points of your observation of the meeting?
Yeah, first of all, I have to thank you because I requested for this slot and Arun very kindly gave me the opportunity to come evaluate. So thank you, Arun. Thank you, Yaska, and thank you everyone for having me here. One other thing I'll say is I'm so happy to see the increased participation and the sort of energy that's coming from so many different members here. Really delightful to see. Thank you for having me. That's about it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Vinay. Toastmaster Vinay, our area director, would you like to please share a few words for our members?
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, TM Yaska. And it is always a pleasure attending Hoodie Toastmasters meeting. And there was one topic in table topics in where do you see yourself or India in the next 30 years, I believe. And there was a wonderful answer for that. And the first thing that came to my mind when they say after 30 years, what will be there? I'm sure Hoodie Toastmasters Club will still be there, thriving, progressing like this, and probably in a bigger venue because I'm sure you are gonna have more and more people coming into this club. And thank you very much for inviting me as well. And it's been a pleasure being the area director for D4 and to be part of Hoodie Toastmasters Club. And though the tenure is getting over, I will still be associated with Hoodie Toastmasters Club in one way or the other. I will keep doubling you all on particular Sundays. So thank you and kudos to you. Wonderful job. Thank you. Over to you, DTMS.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay. Okay, Arijit, are you writing the cards?
We are done with it. It has been given to Trello.
And
Okay. So we'll start with best auxiliary role taker. So please put your hands together for the best auxiliary role taker, that is Toastmaster Grammarian Chetana. I request somebody to please click pictures.
Sorry. Can you take the picture of that? Sure.
Mile.
Okay, we are the best table topic speakers. I think there is a tie here. So I think Arjit, we are giving for both, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, because I want to be coordinated. That's the reason I'm checking. So the best table topic speaker will go to two people, that is Toastmaster Divya Lakshmi and our guest Dilip. Both of them request you to please come on the stage.
No, you have to do it like this.
I like to do this.
You have to do it this again, sir.
Okay. Next, our best evaluator is Toastmaster Nayantara. Awesome. And our best speaker of the day is Toastmaster Shantakumar. Congratulations. Awesome. And the best role taker, I request Arijit, you please go and give, because it is for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Trilok. Awesome. What a great meeting it was today. We will, I think with this, I will be closing the meeting, but with few words. As I have posted in the group, we're having our division contest for Division D on April 28th in Whitefield itself. I think venue is being finalized. I have already shared the what is it?
Registration.
Registration form in the group. So please do register, and because it is falling on a Sunday, we will not be having our meeting on that day. We request all our members and guests to please come down to the contest and cheer for our participants in various contests: Toastmaster Arun, Toastmaster Abhishek, Toastmaster Tanuja, and Toastmaster Dixon. I think this is the first time where Hoodie is sending 4 people for the division contest. Right, Arijit? The first time, right?
Yaska, one more thing, next meeting is in Kavan Park.
Yes, yes. I'll be coming to there also. So the next meeting will be in Kabban Park, and it will be on Sunday evening, 21st, Sunday evening in Kabban Park. We're having a combined meeting with 4 other clubs: Bangalore CA Toastmaster Club, Airbus Club, and one more club. Arun, which is the other club?
Caterpillar, yes. Sir.
Yes.
Caterpillar.
Yes, Caterpillar Masters Club. So we're having a combined meeting in Kabban Park. It will be in the evening. So please note, we'll be sharing more details. I think already roll takers have been filled. So we'll be sharing details where, when, etc. in the group. So please do be aware of this and note this change according to the plan. Then with that, I think I'll be closing the meeting number 218 to a close. I request our SAA to please bang the gavel on the table for a close. Thank you so much.
Yaska, sorry, just one moment. I think you did a great job to check if I was genuinely online attending the meeting. Very well done.
I think the highlight of the meeting today is the title given by our Vinayakam to Arijit, Bhishma Pitama. I just hope that the second aspect of Bhishma Pitama will not be true, only the first aspect.
I think Vinay spoke about 30 years later. I can imagine.
Okay, please come for a group photo. I'll click picture. I request Arun, Manish, if possible, please come on video for a picture. Somebody please remove the 3 water bottles in front of the camera. They are occupying more space.
It is just to
You have to
focus.
drive the, I think you have to drive the bring your own bottle campaign. That will be my next this thing. So please, Kabban Park, please bring your own bottles, otherwise you won't get water there.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. Everyone, okay. I think in the left, I'm not able to see the person. Can you please come down? Yes.
Let's do this hoodie.
Wow, it's a new symbol we just invented. Hoodie. Okay, just a minute. Let me click a picture. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hoodie.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Trilok, please stop the recording from your side. You are the host. Arijit, Trilok.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Everybody please wait, there are some snacks.